Hi, in this video I'm going to talk to you about how to tune a violin or a cello. Since we're all stuck at home right now, it might become necessary for you to tune the instrument. Things like weather changing, changes in air pressure will affect whether it stays in tune. So try to keep the instrument at a stable temperature, at room temperature basically, as much as you can. Just because it goes out of tune doesn't mean you did something wrong. But if you can keep it at a stable temperature, it will tend to stay in tune much longer and you won't need to change as much. That being said, what you need in order to tune are the instrument, and you will need a tuning app on your phone. The one that I like is called ClearTune. I think it's about $4. There are other ones that are free. What I like about ClearTune, this is what it looks like. This is ClearTune. What I like about this is that it has two functions on it. So any tuner you need will need to have these two functions. One, if you see right here, this is a tuning fork icon, and if you can see the red line moving, it's picking up my voice. It's telling me what notes I'm saying, basically. So this is the function where you're able to play into the phone, and it will tell you what note is being made. And I like that it also has, this is the pitch pipe icon right here, and it will, once I press power, it will play me that note, and then I can change the note too. So it's an A right there, but I can also change to a G. I can go up to a D, anything I want. And then these buttons here will change the octave. So it'll play me Ds in different octave locations. If you're gonna get a different app, just make sure it has both those functions, the ability to play into it and the ability for it to play you any note that you need. So in order to tune the instrument, there's two locations on the instrument where we can change the pitch. These are called the FineTuners. On my violin, they are part of the tailpiece right here, which is this sort of triangle shaped piece. Other instruments might have them in front of the tailpiece as a separate unit, and that's fine too. They work the same way. These are called FineTuners because they're for making fine adjustments. They work just like any screw, so you're going to do righty-tighty. Right will, of course, make it tighter, and that will cause the pitch to go up. The string will get tighter, the pitch will go up. In music, we also call that going sharper. And then lefty-loosey, so when you turn it to the left, the string will get looser, the pitch will go down, and we call that flat. So the way that I like to use the FineTuner, so first I'll show you, I'm setting my tuning app on the tuning fork icon, so I'm going to play into it and it's going to tell me what note I'm playing. So here it is, and I'm going to pluck my A string, and it's showing me that that's pretty in tune. Notice it's never going to exactly stay in the middle and stay there. And that's okay. We're just aiming for where you see it says -10 to +10. Anywhere in there will be good, will work for our purposes. So here's my A. It's pretty in tune. I'm going to go ahead and untune it. So I'm changing the FineTuner and I'm not listening. I'm just going to make it out of tune. So here it is. I've untuned it. Look at what it says now. So it's so far off, it's not even showing me the A. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to use my right hand. I'm going to turn my FineTuner to the right because I want to make it sharper. I want to make it go higher. While I do this, I'm going to pluck continuously, and you can't see this here, but I'm going to look at my app and I'm going to stop when the red line shows me that it's within +10 or -10 of A. So here I go. And you can see from my app, it's showing me that it's an A. Notice that I don't change the pitch at all unless I'm plucking and getting that feedback. So don't change the pitch unless you're plucking the string or hearing the change in it. It's important that we don't go above the pitch level, so that we don't go too sharp. It's very unlikely that you'll break a string using the FineTuners, but next we're going to go over how to use the pegs, and you can definitely break strings with the pegs if you go too sharp. So make sure you're always getting that feedback when you're changing pitch so you don't go too high. Now, if the instrument's really out of tune, or if the fine tuners, sometimes they can go all the way in, so my A string is just about all the way in. So what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to loosen it to halfway out. So if you see that the fine tuners are all the way in, loosen it so that it's about halfway out, so you have some wiggle room either way. And then you hear it's out of tune again. So what I'm going to do is use these are called the pegs. There's one for each string. So we're going to use the peg to make my A string go up. Now, it's important to know which string corresponds to each peg. Make sure when you turn the pegs that you're turning the one that corresponds with the string that you're tuning. I have broken strings by turning the wrong pegs. It was not my best move ever. So here's my A, it's out of tune. When I use the pegs, I like to use the pitch pipe function. So I'm going to change it to pitch pipe. I'm going to make sure that it's going to play me an A because that's the note I'm aiming for. Okay, I'm going to play it this way. You'll hear it in a minute. I'm going to turn my A peg to make it tighter. But again, I'm going to pluck it the whole time so I get that feedback and I don't go too sharp or too high so it doesn't get too tight. When I'm turning, you have to put some muscle into it. I'm going to turn it tighter but also push it in at the same time because I need it to hold when I take my hand away. So here we go. Here's my A. You hear that? There's my string and here I go. I'm going to tune it. So that's pretty close. And then I'm going to double check it by going back to my tuning fork function. I'm going to check and it's telling me that it's pretty in tune. I could make a couple of adjustments and get it even closer. And there I go. Now, if you get too frustrated, just focus on tuning the A string and the D string. If you're looking at a violin, those are the middle two strings. And if you're looking at a cello, those are the top two strings. So on violin, the string order is skinniest is E, then it goes A, D, G. Cellos, the skinniest string will be the A string, and then you'll go D, G, and C. So you know the note names as well. So good luck, happy tuning. Hopefully we don't have to do this for too long, and I can see everyone again soon. Take care.